Welcome. You're about to take a journey into GregaMortis' little world of horror. And here's your host, GregaMortis.
Hey guys and gals, GregaMortis here, going to the movies. Our first movie of 2025, Pearl and I. And we're pulling up to our Regal Mayfair 16. And we're excited. It's a little bit of a drive, but this is a cool little town, right? Cool.
Yes.
My wife loves it. I love it. But we're going to be watching the newly released Wolfman, Leigh Whannell, starring Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner. So we'll talk about it here in a few minutes. We'll go in and watch it and then give you a little mini review afterwards. But just doing a little short video clip for you to see us going to the movies. And here's the front of Regal Mayfair 16. Older cinema, but it's actually a really nice one. Pearl and I love this one. Reclining seats, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's weird, reclining seats, but if you get into IMAX, they're not. You would think that would have more. But once this car gets out of the way, you can see the front of the theater. Hey, he's got a little boom boom going. Maybe he's doing 1941 Wolfman.
Yeah.
We'll see. But there's the cinema. So we're walking up the side of the theater, getting ready to watch this movie. It's a windy day. You probably hear, this is so cool, Pearl, because we're watching the Wolfman. We got cloudy day. It's kind of in that just creepy element. So let's hope Wolfman.
And if it gets dark, there's a full moon still tonight.
This is true. There is a full moon. So let's see what happens as we go into the movies. See you shortly. Alright, popcorn time. Good old butter. Free popcorn day. Some popcorn butter.
National Popcorn Day.
I know, right? Happy National Popcorn Day. Alrighty, look at this. Get ready. Popcorn in hand, drinking in my cup, and we're ready. See you on the other side. Peace. Hey guys, Pearl and I are out of the movie theater. We just saw The Wolfman from Leigh Whannell, and I gotta say I was actually pretty impressed. I was not disappointed. The star of the cast is Christopher Abbott, who plays Blake, and his wife is Charlotte, played by Jennifer Garner, and or Julia Garner, not Jennifer Garner. Woo, Julia Garner, and Matilda First plays the daughter Ginger. And I like the take of it, man. I really enjoyed it. This is part of that dark universe that years ago they were going to make, and they were all going to revamp all of the Universal monster films, and they were going to have them intertwining, kind of like in a Marvel universe. And The Mummy came out, and it just totally bombed. So they said, yep, we're not doing that. And then we had Leigh Whannell brought out in 2020, brought us Invisible Man, which was really good, and it impressed them so much. So they decided maybe we'll keep doing it, but doing them as individual films. So Leigh Whannell comes back to do the Wolfman this year. And I got to say, man, the effects were really good. There was no CGI, so all the practical effects of the Wolfman was good. Like, it looked good. And what I was impressed with was the way they made the wolf look. You know, you get the American Werewolf in London transformations, and you get all these different effects. You don't have that in this. You have more of a, I call it more of a person wolf, right, Pearl?
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that. I liked the way he looked. I thought they done a really good job. Some of the complaints I've heard is that it's really dark. And I think the scenes that they maybe mentioned, there was a scene where it was super dark. You couldn't see much, but I think that was on purpose because of something that happens in that darkness. So I don't have any negatives toward that. I think the movie was beautiful. I thought it was shot great. It sounds great. The score is awesome. The acting's great, man. Christopher Abbott crushing it as Blake character. And the one thing that I had when I first saw this trailer was Charlotte, Julia Garner. I was a little thrown off by her, but I actually thought she was really good in this movie. I liked her. And Matilda, she's I don't want to spoil anything because it's brand new. I'm just going to say a typical teenage or young young, before teenage girl that just does things that she shouldn't do sometimes. And I was just so frustrated with her, but it's part of the movie. But overall, man, I'm going to give this movie, I'm like a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I think I'm going to stick with I'll stick with a 7.5 for right now, and maybe a second viewing it'll go up even more. But I was very impressed. So this dark universe, man, who knows? We got, the Invisible Man, we got the Wolf Man. Who's next? Are we going to see the Frankenstein movie? Are we going to see a bride? What are we going to see next? I'm excited about it. So I'm going to say, check this movie out in the theaters. Go support local theater, because we love physical media and we love cinema. So definitely do that and give it a double thumbs up. Pearl, what do you think?
I give it a 7.
She's a 7. And see it in the theater or wait?
I say see it in a theater.
Okay, so go see it in the theater. So that's our take on it. Hope you enjoyed this. Appreciate you, and maybe we'll do some more of these in the future. So with that said, GregaMortis from Land of the Creeps Horror Movie Podcast. Check us out at landofthecreeps.blogspot.com. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to the channel, please. We'd love to have you subscribe. Watch all the videos. We love you. See you on the flip side. Help keep horror alive. We do that one movie at a time, one review at a time. Wolfman, out.